People in Oviedo are getting used to a new reality when it comes just getting around town. The city's new mobility plan doesn't call for widening of any roads, but rather reducing traffic using greener alternatives like walking. We wanted to see how that is going over. News 6's Eric Von Agen talked to the mayor about it.
And this has come as a bit of a shock to some people. The city's new mobility plan has 10 recommendations, and not one of them, as we've said, calls for widening a single road here in the city of Oviedo. Definitely not this one behind me, Hammock Road. Instead, the mayor says people need to get used to walking and biking. The Hernandezes came to the splash pad here in Oviedo on the Park to escape the heat, as you might imagine.
I'm fine with walking and biking, but things aren't close enough in distance to walk there.
They could have walked from their house just up the road, but they didn't.
It's the heat. It's too hot to walk anywhere. So even if I'm going to Chick-fil-A across the street, I'm going to drive there just because I'm not going to put her in the heat.
But Oviedo's new mobility plan unveiled recommends that walking and biking is a solid solution to the traffic problem that has overtaken the city, especially here on Hammock Road, where apartment buildings line both sides of the roadway at Oviedo on the Park.
About 19% of trips taken in Oviedo are less than 2-mile trips. 19%. So if we can entice 1 out of 5, even if we get half of those 1 out of 5 trips to be taken something other than a car, we could potentially overnight eliminate 10% of traffic.
Are you talking about buses?
No, just walk, bike. I mean, it's like talking about my daughter. She bikes to school because it's less than 2 miles. If we just adapt a new mentality and new people who come to town say, it's not a big deal to bike a mile. It's not a big deal to walk half a mile. I'm not going to get in my car to drive half a mile. This time, I'm going to walk half a mile.
And I would imagine a lot of people are going to say during the summer, there ain't no way I'm walking. And even so, that still is only 20%. And
that's true. Yeah.
So many folks are saying, well, still, I got to get where I got to go, and I got to go down Hammock. And I think the only answer is widening the road. What do you say to that?
It's not feasible. There is no way to widen Hammock.
Some of the other recommendations in the city's new mobility plan include driverless trolleys. In other words, autonomous vehicles that would drive themselves around town, and in some cases, on some streets, painting bike lanes along the side of the street so people can bike down these roads. In Oviedo, Eric Von Agen getting results. News 6.